You're ready for the future?
And the future is full of possibilities.
Because your dream home
Is right around the corner.
If you're ready for the next step
Or 2,
or 3,
we can help. At our bank, we're ready to help you open doors to your future.
our mortgage team is here and ready to begin your next step.
Doing the right things for the right reasons.
Welcome to our bank.
You belong here.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. You're ready for the future?
And the future is full of possibilities.
Because your dream home
Is right around.
This broadcast on SHN Sports is brought to you in part by our bank. You belong here. We take the time to listen to you and your financial needs and desires in order to help you create unique solutions that will help you achieve those goals. These broadcasts on SHN Sports are made possible by advertisers like these. If you would like to promote your business while also making an impact in the community, email Carl at shnsports.com for more information about advertising opportunities. A nicely done rendition of the national anthem to get us going this evening here on SHN Sports. It's a matchup in District 25 5A between the Georgetown Lady Eagles and the Liberty Hill Lady Panthers. A pleasant good evening to you. I'm Carl Schoening, your play-by-play broadcaster. On the camera this evening is David England. We're happy you joined us. This Liberty Hill team comes into tonight's matchup 8-2 overall, 2-1 in district. You had a chance to hear the lineups announced here before the game got started. They are coached by Gretchen Peterson. For the Georgetown Lady Eagles, they come into this match 7-4 overall, 3-1 in District 25 5A play, and they are coached by Jenny Richardson. The last substitutions before we get rolling here at Georgetown High School. And we are ready to go with set one as soon as the Lady Panthers make their final adjustments to the lineup. Serving first will be Liberty Hill's Emma Parsons. Parsons from the right side, about 10 feet behind, will go ahead and lob it into the middle of the court for the Eagles to take, and just knocked over backwards for Georgetown by Lily Barker. An attack and a kill from the outside hitter for Liberty Hill, Kinsey Escamilla, and that's how this ball game gets rolling as Liberty Hill scores the opening point for the first set. Continuing her serve will be Emma Parsons. Parsons sends it into the back line where it's initially hit on by Mitchell, and then again just knocked over by Barker for Georgetown. Here's a set and attack. Blocked back by Georgetown. Point Georgetown, knocking it down into Lady Panther territory for Georgetown is Lily Barker, and we're tied up at a point apiece here in the first set. Serving for Georgetown now, Reagan Forrest. She will send it from the middle of the service line, and it's played on well. Quick little tap over to Georgetown's side leads to a set and attack blocked back as Mitchell was the one who had the attack. And from the outside, a right side attack by Lily Barker is played on by the Lady Panthers. Knocking it over for Liberty Hill is Escamilla, and they'll have a chance to set up something for Escamilla again. She sends it wide to the right, and that's a point for Georgetown. So the attacking error right there helps Georgetown out, and back on the serve, Reagan Forrest. Forrest again. Keeps her left foot on the ground as she sends it over. Knocked back by Lilienthal, and here are the Eagles as it was tapped over the blockers, and a point Georgetown scored by Lauren Cavanaugh. Georgetown gave up the opening point. They've scored the next three consecutive, and now Reagan Forrest keeps her serve going. It was played on by Lilienthal, and having to dive for it is Becker. Here comes the other way. Georgetown with a cross-court set. The attack and the kill for Claire Mitchell. Point Georgetown. They have a three-point advantage here. 4 straight points in the first set. And Forrest again back to serve. Forced to the back line where it's played on by Rowley and then just knocked over by Liberty Hill. The dive there from Lilienthal, it will be called a stoppage of play as a mask ended up from the Liberty Hill side over to the Georgetown side. We'll replay the point. We're still at 4-1. A little safety error right there that didn't have to deal with in 2019, but mask comes off and we have to stop the point, so Forrest sends it back over to played by Lilienthal, and then a set by Parsons will send it over by Becker, and then a front line attack tipped up and scored for Georgetown. Give the point to Lily Barker, and Georgetown leads it 5-1. Forrest again. Overhand serve played by Rowley. Knocked in the air by Parsons and unable to get it over on 3 tries with the Lady Panthers. Point Georgetown. And that will lead to a timeout by Liberty Hill. Georgetown on a 6-0 run, lead at 6-1 here in the opening set at Georgetown High School. Georgetown versus Liberty Hill. We'll be back with more here on SHN Sports. Apologies about the technical difficulties. We're back on live here with audio and visual on SHN Sports. It's 10-8 here in the opening set. Georgetown leading Liberty Hill, but Liberty Hill and the Lady Panthers on their way back in. It's a serve from Morgan taken by the Eagles. It's an attack and then a kill by Forrest as it goes off of the hands of Emma Becker. Point Georgetown, and that's a good, strong way to come out of a timeout. Georgetown with the serve here as Sarah Guzman sends it to the back line. The attack by Rowley played well by the Eagles, and they send it over for a point. They caught somebody napping in the back corner, and it's a 4-point advantage for the Lady Eagles. Guzman. The block sent back by the Eagles. They'll do a couple touches back and forth before Liberty Hill will have a chance to make a set. Forrest with the pancake save. Backline attack hit over by Mitchell, but played well by the Lady Panthers. The attack and the kill there from Maddie Rowley leads to a point for Liberty Hill. It's been a competitive first set. Rowley's been in a lot of action there on the front line. She'll move back to serve. Rowley sends it back. The set, and then the attack is just a little long. Nice set there by Annika Flora, but just a little off the mark on the attack, so the point goes to Liberty Hill. 12-10. Rowley from the middle of the service line. Played on by Barker, and then the attack just wide there from Forrest, and another point to Liberty Hill. They've narrowed the gap to 1. Rowley sends it into the net, and that's a point for Georgetown. Sends back Maddie Rowley, who's been doing a lot of setting here in the first set. To her turn to serve. I beg your pardon, Annika Flora for Georgetown. The attack just wide, and the point to Georgetown as Escamillo was trying to hit that right sideline. And Annika Flora continues her serve. Flora sends it to the back line where it's played on by Rowley, and then a little tip over is hit twice by the same person there on the pancake save for Georgetown, and the point goes to Liberty Hill. Emma Parsons with the serve. There's the set by Flora, the attack by Forrest to the back left corner for the kill. Georgetown to serve after scoring the point. Forrest had a long serve earlier in the game, hits it into the net this time, and it's a point for Liberty Hill. 15-13. 2-point advantage for Georgetown. Bailey Becker will serve. Becker floats it to the defense specialist Guzman, then the attack coming from the right side. Lily Barker with a nice attack. She'll try it again. This time it's blocked just onto the sideline for a point to Liberty Hill. Bailey Becker will continue the serve. Becker floats it to a diving save by Mitchell, and then the attack and the kill goes to Lauren Cavanaugh, and the Eagles are up 2. Joanna Ross will serve. Ross sends it to the back line where it's played by Escamilla, and Escamilla will try a back line attack that goes long. Point Georgetown. Joanna Ross sends it to Escamilla in the back of the line, and then just floated over. The set by Parsons, the attack by Emma Becker, played well by the Eagles. And then the attack and the just saved, but then a block at the line. Nice touch there by Brielle Maxwell to tip it back down, and the Eagles get the point. Ross back on the service with a 4-point Georgetown lead. Played by Lilienthal. And then the attack goes to Emma Becker, unable to play it where the Lady Eagles and the Georgetown Eagles lose the point. Kinsey Escamilla sends it to Mitchell. Little miscommunication leads to the Eagles unable to send it over on 3 hits. Point goes to Liberty Hill. Escamilla send it to the back line. Then the attack and the kill goes to the Georgetown Lady Eagles, Lily Barker. Barker, the senior outside hitter, will serve now, her first serve of the match, as the Lady Eagles are within 6 points. Escamilla with the first touch, and then the attack and the kill goes to a point for Liberty Hill. That early run from Georgetown when they forced a timeout at 6-1 really coming in handy right now. Emma Becker to serve. Played well by Barker. Just sort of punched over on the front line by Rowley. Backline attack is a kill for Georgetown. Point Lady Eagles. Give it to Forrest, and Reagan Forrest will force a timeout by the Liberty Hill Lady Panthers. It's 20-17 here as Georgetown is going to try and take the first set when we come back here on SHN Sports.
You're ready for the future?
And the future is full of possibilities.
Because your dream home
Is right around the corner.
If you're ready for the next step
Or 2,
or 3,
we can help. At our bank, we're ready to help you open doors to your future.
our mortgage team is here and ready to begin your next step.
Doing the right things for the right reasons.
Welcome to our bank.
You belong here.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
First set action here at Georgetown High School. I'm Carl Schoening along with David England, who's operating the camera this evening. It's the Lady Eagles up 20-17 over the Lady Panthers. Out of the timeout called by Liberty Hill, it'll be Georgetown's serve with Claire Mitchell serving from the right side. She'll do a jump serve to the libero played by on Lilienthal, and the other way, Guzman will set up for a backline attack and a kill for Lily Barker. Point Georgetown. Claire Mitchell will serve again. A little closer to center this time. The jumping serve played by Escamilla. Blocked down by the Eagles, and let's say that was last touched by Annika Flora for the Georgetown point. Nice way to send it home, and Georgetown looking to close out a competitive first set.
Claire Mitchell, the sophomore, jumping serve to Lilienthal, the defensive specialist. A nice touch for the attack by Morgan. Here's the attack from the right side, sent over by Barker, played well by Liberty Hill. A nice Guzman save on the dig, and then the attack and the kill. Just wide, I beg your pardon, as I thought that was down the right sideline, but Reagan Force attack will be a point for Liberty Hill on the attacking, just going outside. Morgan sends it over. Played by Guzman. Flores sets it up for Forrest on the left side, and a nice dig there on the pancake save by Becker. The set for the attack goes just awry as the Eagles were able to play it well. Morgan sends it high. Raleigh floats it over where Barker plays it first, and then it's tapped over by Forrest. Third hit here, so just floated over to the Eagles. Then the attack just short, goes off of the net and down onto the Eagles side of the floor from Lily Barker. Point to Liberty Hill. Morgan sends it over. The attack was double hit, so give Brielle Maxwell the credit for that point being successful for Georgetown. They lead at 23-19. Guzman will send it over. Played by Rowley. Escamilla will leave it for Rowley to send it to Guzman, and then a dump set from Flora back onto the Panthers side, and the Lady Panthers have their attack go long. Point Georgetown. Set point for Georgetown. Guzman will serve. Well, a little bit of a hard serve goes into Lilienthal's dig and sent back over to Georgetown. They weren't quite ready for it, and it's a point to Liberty Hill. Rowley to serve. Flores sets it up for the attack by Forrest. It's blocked out of bounds, stays on the Panthers side for set point for the Georgetown Lady Eagles. They take the first set 25-1 here on SHN Sports. We'll be back with more in a moment here on YouTube.
This broadcast on SHN Sports is brought to you in part by Our Bank. You belong here. We take the time to listen to you and your financial needs and desires in order to help you create unique solutions that will help you achieve those goals. These broadcasts on SHN Sports are made possible by advertisers like these. If you would like to promote your business while also making an impact in the community, email Carl at shnsports.com for more information about advertising opportunities.
At our bank, we believe in doing the right things for the right reasons. For our families, our communities, our future, just like you do. We believe the right thing is more than just a handshake or a promise. It's a relationship guided by honesty and integrity. How can our bank help you?
Thank you for calling our bank. This is Jenny. How can I help you?
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back on the campus of Georgetown High School, I'm Carl Schoening. Happy you guys tuned into this SHN Sports production of Georgetown Lady Eagle Volleyball, as Georgetown took the first set 25-20. It was a competitive first set as the Lady Eagles took a 6-1 lead, and that turned out to be the difference in the match as the Lady Eagles eventually come away with that 5-point advantage. Could have been a lot tighter if they didn't have the early work done. And now coming back out for the second set. Both coaches getting their last words in before we get rolling here. The clock was down to 8 seconds, and now they'll just set it up for the 1-minute timeout when things should be ready. And Annika Flora will go ahead and start off the second set for Georgetown. Flora from the center service line sends it just over the back service line out of bounds, and a point for Liberty Hill. It'll be a serve for Bailey Becker. Becker sends it to Guzman. Flora with a back set, and the attack and the kill goes to Forrest. And Forrest will jog on back to serve. Reagan Forrest lines up a serve, taken low by Escamilla. The attack by Becker is blocked back, and give credit to that block to Bailey Barker. Point Georgetown. Reagan Forrest keeps her serve going. Willenthal with the first touch, then the attack goes wide from Escamilla. Point Georgetown. Forrest sends it to Escamilla. The set, and then a nice little tap over by Morgan, gets over the blockers, and it's a point for Liberty Hill. Give Parsons credit for the assist on that one for Liberty Hill, and Escamilla will serve. Escamilla floats it to Mitchell. Flora has to tap it back, and they call net interference, point on Liberty Hill. And asking for explanation right there is Annika Flora. Escamilla sends it to the back line where it's played by Forrest. Flora sets it for the attack that just gets played on well by Barker. Here's another chance. This time Mitchell sends it to Escamilla for the dig, and then a block back down on the nice block there for Lauren Cavanaugh, and the point goes to Georgetown. Ross will serve. Ross from the right side. The attack by Morgan, blocked back on to the Lady Panthers side, and then that sets up a Raleigh attack for a point to Liberty Hill. .4 now, and the serve will come from Emma Becker for the Panthers. Becker has it dug on by Forrest. Flora sets it for the attack and the kill. That one by Lily Barker goes on the highlight reel, and Georgetown takes the 1-point advantage. Substitutions coming from Georgetown as Barker will serve. Barker, who just got the kill, sends it over. And a point to Georgetown. I think Liberty Hill wasn't quite set, and they get that kind of treatment from the officials. Asking for an explanation was Gretchen Peterson. Serve just glances over. Here is the attack, and played on by the Eagles. Nice false set there from Flora, but read it well were the Lady Panthers, and Barker able to save it, but Maxwell couldn't quite send it over the net. Point to Liberty Hill. serve from Becker. Guzman with the first touch, then the float over by Mitchell, played on by Morgan. The attack by Rowley and the kill by Rowley leads to a point for Liberty Hill. We're tied at 6. The first set was competitive. Just an early 5-0 run by Georgetown helped them get where they needed to go for the first set victory, 25-20. And then right back point for Liberty Hill as it was 10 in by Maddie Rowley. Morgan will send it over. Guzman with the dig. Flores sends it high in the air for the attack by Mitchell. Just touched on by the blockers up front. Rowley. Played on the back line by Forrest, and Forrest just timed it a little bit off, trying to play it in the air. Point to Liberty Hill. Liberty Hill with their largest lead in any set so far of 2. Morgan with the line drive to the back. Flores sends it high for Mitchell to attack, and a little too much under that one. Point Liberty Hill as Flora had a nice set, but Mitchell sends it long, and a 3-point advantage calls a timeout for Georgetown. The Lady Eagles will take a break. We'll take it with them here on SHN Sports. Quick timeout. Lady Eagles seem rejuvenated after some words of encouragement from Jenny Richardson. The serve comes from Morgan, and Barker couldn't quite get control of it. Very great hustle by the Eagles as Guzman sends it into the back line for a point. I hope you got that on camera, David, because that was one of the most phenomenal points you'll ever see. Point Georgetown. That can really be a momentum shift right there, as it looked like the Eagles weren't going to be able to get the point back. Rowley sends it to the back line where it's played by Barker. The set from Flora, the attack by Forrest goes into the net. Point Liberty Hill. Rowley will serve. Dig by Forrest goes right back over. Escamilla with a kind of shifty move. Looked like she was going to send it one way. Forces Barker to react another way. Nobody could quite get a hand on it after Barker. Point goes to Liberty Hill. Maddie Rowley, the junior, with the serve. Forrest has to go off her fingertips, and then Guzman can't quite get it back over the net this time. She had the amazing play earlier on a very similar kind of reaction. This time it leads to a point for Liberty Hill, and they're actually up 12-8, I beg your pardon. Forrest with the attack and the kill. Give the assist to Annika Flora, and Georgetown pulls themselves back within 3. Guzman will serve here for the Lady Eagles. Escamillo with the frontline attack, and the point goes to Georgetown as they call a attacking error. Some of the Liberty Hill fans in attendance not too happy with the call. Well, I was under the impression I was keeping up with the score right, but it's 12-9 according to the official scoreboard, so we'll stay with that. Guzman with a line drive that Escamilla plays low, and then Lilienthal plays low, but it was still sent over by Raleigh. The set by Flora. The attack goes off of the fingertips of the blockers, and give the point to Georgetown as Lauren Cavanaugh had the attack. (12-10). Liberty Hill still with a 2-point advantage here in the second set. Guzman. Lilienthal with the setup for Escamilla, and then Forrest couldn't quite keep it in the air. Leads to a point for Liberty Hill. Back to serve Emma Parsons. Parsons with a jump serve that floats into the middle of the court. Mitchell does a good job laying out for it, and then the other way, the Lady Panthers were unable to get control of the volleyball. Leads to a point for Georgetown. 13-11, Georgetown on the service. Monica Flora sends it to Lilienthal. The attack is blocked out of bounds. Point goes to Gabby Guerrera and the Lady Panthers from Liberty Hill. Bailey Becker sends it to Mitchell. Flora with the set. The attack by Forrest blocked out of bounds, and point Georgetown. Forrest with the serve. Her team trailing by 2. Lilienthal with the dig, then the attack by Escamilla, dug on by Flora, and Flora will just send it over after getting a second touch by Forrest. The set and the attack and the kill goes to Morgan as it goes off of the Lady Eagles, and a point to Liberty Hill. 15-12, Escamilla will serve here for the Lady Panthers. Escamilla sends it to Mitchell. The set by Flora. The attack by Barker is a kill for Georgetown, and the Lady Eagles score the point. Joanna Ross to serve. Escamilla with the initial touch, and then it had to be saved back in by Parsons, and a point to Georgetown as the Panthers couldn't get it back over. One-point set here. The float over the blockers from Becker. And then the outside attack by Barker. Lilienthal sends it high in the air for one of her teammates to do something. It's Emma Becker who sends it over to the Georgetown side. Flora just pushes it over. Didn't intend to do that, but it goes on to the Panthers side. And then the attack and the kill from Emma Becker. Point to Liberty Hill. Emma Becker will serve now. 16-14. Flora sets it on the backside for Barker, attack and kill. Point Georgetown. Lily Barker will serve. The attack is sent back over to the Lady Panthers side. They try the other side this time. Barker's ready for it. The backline attack by Forrest, played on by the Panthers, just kind of tapped over. Somebody's going to have to try and make a dive for it, and nobody could get to it for the Lady Eagles, and it's a point to Liberty Hill. Morgan will serve. Ashley Morgan sends it to Guzman. Hit in the air by Flora. The attack by Mitchell, played on by Escamilla. Escamilla with the back line. Attack goes off of Guzman's hands. Point to Liberty Hill. (18-15). Georgetown trails the second set by 3. Ashley Morgan sends it to Barker, set by Flora. Barker will tap it over the blockers where Morgan has it set for the point and scored by Emma Becker. And a timeout called by Georgetown as this one's getting away from them a little bit. 19-15, Liberty Hill with the lead over Georgetown in the second set. Lady Eagles need a comeback here in the second set. It's 19-15, Liberty Hill and the Lady Panthers. Looking to tie this up at a set apiece. It'll be Ashley Morgan sending it to the back line where it's played on by Barker. Then the dump sent over by Flora. Flora sends it high and it's floated over by Mitchell. She gets it over the blockers for the point for Georgetown. Don't count them out yet. It's only a 3-point set here. Mitchell with the serve, sends it to Lilienthal. Lilienthal couldn't quite get it over the net, and then it goes right onto the floor for a point to Georgetown. Plenty of time left here for the Lady Eagles in a sport that obviously has no time. It's all about scoring the most points. If you can get to 25 first or win by 2 if it's within 25 points. The attack by Forrest sends it to the back line, Escamilla. The attack by Rowley, played on by Guzman. Flores sends it high in the air. It's floated over by Forrest, sent up by the front line, Becker. Georgetown looking for something set up here. Back line attack goes to the back line, played by Becker. And this one last touched and it goes out of bounds from the Lady Panthers. Point Georgetown. (19-18), 1-point lead here for Liberty Hill. Georgetown trying to make a comeback as they were trailing by 4 before a timeout at 19-15. The attack and the kill goes to Maddie Rowley as she had a little bit of a middle of the court charge, and Liberty Hill breaks 20. They scored 20 in the first set, but Georgetown was the first to 25. Here it is 20-18. Maddie Rowley will serve. Mitchell sends it behind the Georgetown bench, and it's a point for Liberty Hill. Rowley to serve. Guzman high in the air, almost to the vents. Forrest will attack and sent back right to Georgetown. Here's another attack by Forrest. This one just stays in bounds. Ooh, from my angle, it looked like it was in bounds, but from the spotter's angle, it was just a little long, and point goes to Liberty Hill. Game of inches. Rowley will serve again after the Lady Eagles substitutions. Flora with the set for the attack by Barker, and then a false set. A dump there scored by Becker as she caught the Lady Eagles off guard, and the point to Liberty Hill. They inch closer to tying this up at a set apiece. Rally. Flora with a nice meet at the net play sends it on to Liberty Hillside. Guzman sets it up for Flora. The attack by Force into the middle of the court. Nice pancake save, but it goes out of bounds. Give the effort there to Emma Becker, but the point to Georgetown. Guzman, played by Escamilla on the serve. And then that one blocked out of bounds. Last touch by Georgetown, and the point goes to Liberty Hill. Set point for Liberty Hill. Emma Parsons to serve for the Lady Panthers. Forrest hits it in the air. Flora for the set. The attack coming from Forrest. Now Escamilla with the attack attempt. It's blocked out of bounds by the Lady Eagles. Set and points to Liberty Hill. We're tied up at 1. The first set, Georgetown won it 25-20. This set here, set number 2, taken by the Liberty Hill Lady Panthers, 25-19. We'll be back with more action here on SHN Sports with the third set. Both teams knotted up at a set apiece. Start of the third set here on SHN Sports. Liberty Hill taking the second set 25-19. Georgetown took the first set 25-20. Here we are in a pivotal third set. The loser of this set will have a hard hill to climb, as this has been a competitive match. The real difference is just a couple runs, as it was a 6-0 run to start off the first set for Georgetown that really helped them put it away, and then just a solid collection of points in the middle of the set by the Lady Panthers that made this a set apiece here as we start the third set. I'm Carl Shunning along with David England on the camera tonight. Everybody ready to get started as it will be Liberty Hill serving. Emma Parsons will do the honors, the junior. Parsons floats it over. Guzman will take it. The set by Flora. The attack over by Forrest. And nice play by Lilienthal. And the attack and the kill by Escamilla. Point Liberty Hill here to start off the third set. Parsons to serve again. Jumping float to Guzman in the middle of the court. Flora sends it high for the right side. Attack by Barker. And the point to Georgetown. Forrest to serve here. Reagan Forrest. About 7 feet behind the service line. Sends it to Lilienthal. Little float over by Emma Becker. Lady Eagles able to play it. Guzman sets it up for Mitchell attack. And then the attack and the kill goes to Emma Becker, point Liberty Hill. Bailey Becker to serve. Becker with the jump serve. Forrest sets it up for the attack by Barker. It's blocked out of bounds by Escamilla, and the point goes to Georgetown. We're tied at 2 here in the third set. First 2 sets were ultra competitive. This one promises to be the same as Joanna Ross will serve here for the Lady Eagles. Ross sends it the back line, played by Escamilla. The attack and the kill, finding some space on the back line. Emma Becker scores the point for Liberty Hill. Couple substitutions here before Liberty Hill can start their serve. Taking it on the front line, Brielle Maxwell for Georgetown. The serve from the Lady Panthers. The attack goes onto the back line and the kill goes to Barker. Point Georgetown. Lily Barker, who just scored the point for the Lady Eagles, serves from the right side. The attack by Emma Becker. Nice dig by Barker, but then the block sends it back as the point scored by Emma Becker and Liberty Hill. Emma Becker will serve. Becker from the far right side lines it up. A low digs by Barker. Float over by Mitchell. Set by Flora. The attack by Mitchell blocked back onto the Georgetown side. Point Liberty Hill. Emma Becker. Serve again. Line drive, but stays in. Ace for Liberty Hill. And a timeout called by Jenny Richardson. She wants to talk it over with her team. 6-3 here in the third set. Liberty Hill with the edge. We're tied up a set apiece here in the match for District 25-5A between the Georgetown Lady Eagles and the Liberty Hill Lady Panthers. We'll be back in a moment on SHN. Third set ready to get back underway here. Liberty Hill with the serve and the lead. Dribbling it a little is Emma Becker before she lines it up from the right side. Becker sends it to Guzman, who punches it over to the right side out of play, and that'll be a point for Liberty Hill. Ace to Becker. Emma Becker again. Flora with the attack, with the setup for the attack, and then it was sent back over by Emma Becker. She's having a highlight reel game here, as in the third set she's been responsible for a lot of points. She's laughing it off in the back, and Georgetown finds themselves down by 5. Emma Becker. It's played on by Guzman. Flora sends it high in the air. Mitchell with the attack. Lilienthal with the dig. Cross-court set, just tapped over by Becker, and then the backline attack by Forrest is played on by Lilienthal. Saved in the air by Emma Becker, and then Raleigh just kind of slapped it over, but found an awkward enough angle to get the point. And Emma Becker stays on service. This one is a service error that goes wide, and a point for Georgetown. Now Claire Mitchell will serve for the Lady Eagles. Lady Eagles trying to find some energy and momentum as Claire Mitchell sends it on a jumping serve to Raleigh in the back line. Parsons with the attack and the kill from the left side, and the point goes to Liberty Hill. Ashley Morgan will serve. Sends it into the net, point Georgetown. Georgetown's got some work to do. You don't want to fall behind 5 points in a pivotal tied at 1/3 set, but they're searching for the breaks they can get. Here's Guzman to serve. Lilienthal to come over and help it out as it was just slapped on over on the back line. High set from Flora, and then a back line attack. Mitchell with the kill. Guzman to serve again. Raleigh sends it over, but Barker saves it. The attack by Forrest, and Forrest just slaps it over. It was blocked right to her. Good reflexes. The attack and the kill goes to Emma Parsons, point Liberty Hill. Maddie Rowley will serve here. Rowley from the right side. Forward with the set, and then just misreading the touch. Off by a moment there was Reagan Forrest, and that's a point to Liberty Hill. Raleigh sends it into the net, point Georgetown. Georgetown looking for a little momentum. Maybe Annika Flora will be able to help them out as she will serve. Flora with the jump serve from the middle of the service line. Played by Raleigh, sent in the air for Becker, and then Sister Becker sends it over. Georgetown couldn't quite get it over after a block by Escamilla, and the point goes to Liberty Hill. The serve here by Emma Parsons. Parsons from the right side. Forrest has to go off the side of her fist and point to Liberty Hill. Parsons with a jump serve, taken by Mitchell. Four with a high serve. The attack by Barker is blocked right back to Georgetown's side of the court, and the point to Liberty Hill. And a timeout here by Jenny Richardson. 15-7. Georgetown has their work cut out for them here in the third set when we come back. The Lady Eagles will break their timeout here, trailing 15-7 in the third set. Winner of this set takes the lead in the best 3 out of 5 here in the match. Georgetown junior varsity won in 2 sets today on a best 2 out of 3. The serve just touches the sideline, and it's a point to Liberty Hill. Emma Parsons will send it over this time. The Kavanaugh tip was blocked back in, and point to Liberty Hill. Parsons still on service. Barker with the attack. It's Raleigh in the back line. The set for Escamilla, and Escamilla just taps it over the blockers, gets it over their fingertips and into the ground for a point to Liberty Hill. 18-7, 11-point lead here for Liberty Hill in the third set. Parsons has it tipped back over. The attack and then the kill goes to Emma Becker, and the point to Liberty Hill, 19-7. Lady Eagles make some substitutions. And Emma Parsons will lob it to Guzman, who comes up from the back line. The attack from Forrest is wide and to the left. Point to Liberty Hill. Parsons still on her service. Forrest sends it high for the attack by Barker, dug on by Lilienthal. Escamilla saves it and just sent over by Bailey Becker. The set by Flora, the attack by Barker gets pancake saved, and then Escamilla lazily tries to hit it over, but it's a point to Georgetown as it goes into the net. And with a 13-point lead, or 12-point lead, I suppose you could be a little bit lazy on a simple play like that, and Georgetown will take the service. The attack by Escamilla, she makes up for the error earlier and gets the point here for Liberty Hill. The serve here for Bailey Becker. Becker with a little bit of an awkward serve, but it gets over just fine. The attack coming from Barker is wide left, and the point goes to Liberty Hill. Bailey Becker again. Just tapped on over by Mitchell. The attack by Emma Becker. Able to be played by the Lady Eagles. A backline attack sent over by Forrest. This one tapped over by Escamilla. Forrest sends it in the air. Floor with the set. The attack Doesn't work for the Eagles. Then it was blocked back down as Cavanaugh couldn't get the attack. She did get the block and the point to Georgetown. 22-9, couple substitutions come in for Georgetown. Looking to find a little momentum they can take into the fourth set or have one of the craziest comebacks you've probably seen in volleyball set history. Ross will send it to the back line, played by Escamilla. Parsons sets it for Escamilla. She gets the attack and the kill for Liberty Hill point. 23-9. The serve just goes off of the hands of Maxwell, and it's a point to Liberty Hill. Set point for the Lady Panthers. Another serve here taken by Guzman. Set point for the Panthers. Barker had her attack blocked back to her, but it's sent over by Lady Eagles. Another block that is played on by Raleigh. Here's the attack by Emma Becker. She gets the kill and the set for Liberty Hill. Georgetown would rather be forgetting that one as they fall behind 2-1 here in this District 25 5A matchup. Your score at the end of the third set, it's Liberty Hill 2 over Georgetown 1. It was 25-9 there in set number 3. 25-19 Liberty Hill in set number 2, and 25-20 Georgetown in set number 1. The fourth set coming back when we come back here on SHN Sports. Start of the fourth set here at the campus of Georgetown High School. The Lady Eagles won the first set, but then Liberty Hill takes on 2 sets after that. On set 2 and 3, we're tied at 0 here to start the fourth set, though, as Georgetown only scored 9 points in the third set. This time they block it out of bounds, and it leads to a point to Liberty Hill to start off set number 4. Serving for Liberty Hill, Bailey Becker. Forrest with the first touch, sent up high by Flora. The attack goes on by Barker, played on the back line. Escamilla with the attack from the left side. She gets the kill, point Liberty Hill. Bailey Becker to serve again. Back line, it's Guzman. Flora with the set behind her. The attack by Forrest and the kill for a point for Georgetown. Georgetown opens up their scoring in the fourth set. And here's Forrest with the serve. Reagan Forrest from the middle of the service line. Played by Lilienthal, and she sends it just off her hands out of bounds, and Georgetown tied up at 2 on the ace from Reagan Forrest. Forrest again. Lilienthal has this one a little more under control. It's played by Parsons, and then the attack and the kill by Escamilla. Point Liberty Hill. Guzman plays a serve by Potter. The attack by Barker is long. Point to Liberty Hill. Potter will try again here on the serve. Forrest sends it to the middle of the court, or Flora gets it, and the attack there by Watkins, played on by the Panthers, and the Lady Panthers just send it wide on, long on the attack by Raleigh. Point to Georgetown. Sarah Guzman to serve for the Lady Eagles. Emma Becker with the dig, and then it's sent over by Raleigh. The set here by Flora, the attack by Watkins, and easy enough to play for Parsons. Nice dig there to keep this one alive by Flora, and it's just sent over by Watkins. The set here and the attack by Becker goes off of the blockers and to the floor. Point Liberty Hill. Emma Becker to serve. Far right side with a 2-point lead here in the fourth set. Guzman sends it over wide, and an ace for Becker. Emma Becker with a few dribbles sends the serve. Guzman with a nice layout dig, and then it's sent over by Maxwell. The attack by Raleigh saved well there by Forrest, and the attack from Watkins goes wide and right, out of play. Point to Liberty Hill. Emma Becker keeps her serve going here, 7-3. Liberty Hill with a 4-point advantage. Becker with the jump serve into the net, and it's a point to Georgetown. Lily Barker to serve for the Lady Eagles. Barker as Lilienthal play it on the ground. Lilienthal can't hit it over. Point Georgetown. Willie Barker serves and sends it long. Point Liberty Hill. Georgetown able to cut into that a little bit right there with their deficit, but still 3 points here, as taking over will be Ashley Morgan. The attack by Maxwell just kind of tapped back over by Becker. Nice job on the back line by Forrest. And then the attack by Watkins sent up by Potter. On the left side, Raleigh sends it to the Georgetown side. Backline attack by Forrest. Saved briefly for a moment by Guzman, but Eagles couldn't get it over again. Point to Liberty Hill. And a timeout on the floor called by Jenny Richardson. 9-5 your score. Georgetown with a 4-point deficit to come back from here after the timeout. Nine to 5 your score here in the fourth set between Liberty Hill and Georgetown. Liberty Hill with a 2-1 advantage coming into this fourth set. Liberty Hill looking to build on their lead. The attack by Parsons. Hit in the air by Guzman. The backline attack by Barker, played on by Morgan. The attack by Raleigh goes wide left. Point Georgetown. The Lady Eagle bench trying to motivate the players on the court. Claire Mitchell serve. Jumping serve sent to Lilienthal. There's a play at the net. The Eagles couldn't quite get control of the ball. Point goes to Liberty Hill. Maddie Rowley will serve. Backline played on by Guzman. Flora with the dump set just over the blockers. They weren't quite ready for it. Point Georgetown. Brielle Maxwell will serve. She's a solid 15 feet behind the service line. She runs up to it and sends it on the jump serve. Played by the Lady Panthers. The attack and the kill. Point Liberty Hill. Emma Parsons to serve. Flora gives it to Cavanaugh, who has a nice touch that's played on by the Liberty Hill Lady Panthers. The attack from the left side by Forrest goes off the hands and onto the floor for a point to Georgetown. Annika Flora will serve. Flora from the center of the service line. Jump serve sent to Lilienthal on the back line. This one tapped over by Escamilla. Nice play by Forrest to set up for her attack. And then the back line dig by Rowley. The attack by Escamilla is blocked back onto the Liberty Hill side. Here's the attack by Becker, and it goes wide left. Point Georgetown. Georgetown looking to tie up these sets at 2 apiece here if they can win this fourth set. Service coming from Annika Flora. Lilienthal has it go into the net and couldn't play it off of the net was Parsons. Point Georgetown. Annika Flora. Rowley with the first touch, and an attack blocked back. Georgetown with the block and the point. We're tied at 11 here in the fourth set. Annika Flora will serve again. Georgetown looking to keep some momentum, but this one goes long, and the point to Liberty Hill. Service will come from Bailey Becker. Watkins kind of left it in the air and then it was slapped down. Excuse me, that was Cavanaugh. Cavanaugh just kind of had it float above the net, slapped down for a Liberty Hill point. Bailey Becker. Mitchell with the first touch, and then Flora taps it over the blockers, but it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Georgetown, point to the Lady Panthers. Bailey Becker with the serve. Guzman on the floor to get the ball over to Forrest, and then it's just tapped on over by Flora. Flora with a high set. Guzman sends it even higher in the air. Then the attack by Barker, dug on by Parsons, and then just sent over by Rowley. The attack goes out of bounds. Nice hustle there from Rowley, but give the attack and the kill to Lily Barker, and the point to Georgetown, 14-12 now. Georgetown trailing by 2 here in the fourth set. They got the serve back. Here's Reagan Forrest. Played by Escamilla. Escamilla with the attack. Goes long, point Georgetown. Really close to angling it where none of the Eagles could get it, but just long, and Georgetown looking to tie it up here on this point. Reagan Forrest sends it to Escamilla on the back line. High set from Porter to Becker, and Becker's attack goes off the blockers and into the floor for a point to Liberty Hill. So Emma Becker, who's had a pretty stellar game for Liberty Hill, gives the serve back here. Potter. Had it played by Watkins, but nobody was there to get Watkins' second touch. The point is an ace for Liberty Hill. Potter again. Sends it long, and the point to Georgetown. Sarah Guzman to serve here for the Lady Eagles, as a quick question is being asked by Annika Flora. Suppose she gets her answer just as quickly, and Guzman will have the serve. Potter sends it low, and unable to get it was the diving arms of Parsons. Point Georgetown. Guzman here. Another serve. This one goes off the top of the net, takes a weird bounce. Potter couldn't quite get to it, and that's another Georgetown point. We're tied at 16 here in the fourth set. And a timeout called by Gretchen Peterson. We'll take it with them here in the fourth set. Things are heating up. Don't go anywhere on SHN. Georgetown looking to mount a comeback after losing the third set and falling behind 2-1. They've managed to tie things up here at 16 in the fourth set. Lilienthal will just slap it over after the serve from Georgetown. The attack is blocked back from Barker, and Barker couldn't quite get a fingertip on it as it went over the net and then went out of bounds. Last touch by the Lady Eagles, point to Liberty Hill. Emma Becker to serve. Becker with the jump serve from the right side. Flora will have this one slapped away from her at the net, and then Watkins couldn't quite get on top of it. Point to Liberty Hill. Emma Becker to serve again. The attack by Barker goes off the blockers in the net and onto the floor for a Georgetown point. Barker will serve. Lily Barker trying to help the Lady Eagles win this fourth set. The attack by Becker and the kill. Point, Liberty Hill. Ashley Morgan here to serve. Hit high in the air by Forrest and a dump over by Flora. Here's an attack by Raleigh, blocked back onto the Liberty Hill side, and just knocking it over is Potter. High set by Flora. The attack by Watkins, blocked back, and Guzman just couldn't get underneath it. Point Liberty Hill. Liberty Hill breaks 20. 20-17 now, as it'll be a serve from Ashley Morgan again. Barker sends it to a Flora set for the attack by Forrest, and the point goes to Liberty Hill as that attack goes long, and it's 21-17. Liberty Hill with the lead here in the fourth set, and with the game close to approaching match point for Liberty Hill, Georgetown decided to take a timeout. They're talking things over. Doing a great job there, as you see on your screen, is Gretchen Peterson. She's helped this Liberty Hill team start off with a pretty respectable start here on the season and in District 25 5A play. 8-2 overall and 2-1 in district play. The Eagles have played one more district game. They are 7-4 overall, 3-1 in District 25 5A play. So far this evening, it has been set one going to Georgetown, 25-20. Set two went to Liberty Hill, 25-19. Set three also to Liberty Hill, 25-9. Here we are, 21-17, your score, as the Eagles will try and come back, but Forrest attack from the back line leads to a point for Liberty Hill as it couldn't go over the net, and a couple substitutions here. Morgan will continue her serve. Guzman sends it in the air. Flores sets it for Watkins, who just taps it on over. Raleigh with the attack. Here's the attack by Watkins off the hands of Becker, and point to Georgetown. Serve here for Claire Watkins. Excuse me, Claire Mitchell. Mitchell with the jump serve. Lilienthal with the dig. The attack and the kill from Raleigh. Maddie Raleigh been a big player here for Liberty Hill. Puts them up 23-18. Raleigh to serve. Eagles in their defensive stance, ready for anything. First touch from Mitchell. The attack goes wide and right from Forest Point. Liberty Hill match point coming up here for the Lady Panthers. Service coming from Raleigh. Goes into the net, and match point will have to wait for at least another point here, as it's point Georgetown this time, 24-19. Serve from Maxwell. Maxwell runs into the service line and sends it up. The attack by Escamilla is blocked back for a Georgetown point. 24-20. Georgetown trying to mount a comeback. They have to get it to at least 24 themselves. It's still match point. Becker with a backward set, blocked back as the attack came from Parsons. And then just Becker slapping it over again for Georgetown to have a chance here. Lowenthal sends it high in the air, and this one flowed by Parsons. Blocker's able to read it on the float, and then Escamilla reads it off of the net, sends it on the Georgetown side. The attack is dug on by Raleigh. Pushed back over by Becker. Here's Georgetown. Forrest sends it over. And this one goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Lady Panthers. Point to Georgetown. Still match point. Georgetown doing their best to stay alive, though. Maxwell to serve. Maxwell sends to the back line, played by Parsons, and then just sent over by Emma Becker. Flora with the set for the attack, and played on by the Lady Panthers, and then a double hit is called by the umpire, and the point goes to Georgetown. And a timeout called by Gretchen Peterson, as Liberty Hill has been on match point for 4 points now. They want to talk things over. Set 4 with an exciting conclusion coming up. Eagles rejuvenated out of the timeout. It's still match point, and Georgetown needs to score at least 2 points in a row to keep this set alive. The jump serve sent over by Maxwell. Becker sends it high in the air for a Raleigh attack that is dug on by Barker. The attack by Escamilla is an attack and kill, point and match Liberty Hill. The final after 4 sets is Liberty Hill, 3 sets to Georgetown's 1. I'm Carl Schoening. On the camera has been David England. The first set was won by by Georgetown 25-20, and then the 3 sets after that won by Liberty Hill. Set 2 won 25-19 Liberty Hill. Set 3, 25-9 Liberty Hill. And here in set 4, Liberty Hill takes it 25-22. Thank you for tuning in. Good night, everybody.